Ready Check Radio.
Stand by as we get ready to serve up all your news this week in the world of gaming. Welcome to Gaming Gumbo. What's up, Internet? It's Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That means here on Ready Check Radio, it's time for Gaming Gumbo, our weekly gaming show where we review Maniac Mansion for the NES for Lou. And then talk some other gaming stuff. If you're watching us live, thank you so much. We've got chat ready to chime in. Twitch.tv/ReadyCheckRadio. You can, of course, head on over to the website there on your screen. All the socials are in the upper right-hand corner. You can follow us everywhere so you'll know when we're going live with one of our two podcast shows that air every week, or our streams, or Final Fantasy TCG Locals, or just me randomly deciding to stream something, maybe painting miniatures so Troy can laugh at me. It'll look great. The camera work will look great. I'm not promising anything about the paint. I'm not promising anything about the painting. If you're watching on YouTube or listening on Audible, Spotify, any of the podcast platforms, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Give it a like, a thumbs up. Turn on those notifications. And for cold, yes, there's timestamps on the podcast platforms now. Just for you. Only for you. Nobody else is allowed to use them. Joining me to go over all the fun stuff, sitting in the dark, Mr. Dom Greco. What's up, sir?
How's it going? How was your Halloween?
Good. How about yours?
Pretty good. I went to New York City, went to the Botanical Gardens, that whole Nightmare Before Christmas light show walkthrough thing. It was
neat.
a lot of fun. Yeah.
We
first time I've spent the city in for Halloween in New York City, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Halloween's my favorite. You know that. We've talked about that. Mm-hmm. I carved a Chucky pumpkin. I think I put it in the Ready Check chat at some point. Maybe I didn't. It's on Facebook, so you can see it there. But I set it upstairs in the kitchen because we were going to go to my oldest son's house. He moved back into Pittsburgh now, and so he's got his own house, and he's like, man of the house now. And he was going to give out candy, so my wife and I went over there and gave it out with him. And he it takes after his dad, right? He loves Halloween too, but he went out, got full-size candy bars, Hershey's, Reese's Cups, and Twix, set them all out. Every kid was like, oh, the full-size stuff. And he was like, that's right, kids. So anyway, I carved this pumpkin. I'm going to take it over there. It was incredibly detailed. Put it in the kitchen, set it up there. And then our new golden retriever, I hear my wife screaming upstairs, but because he could get his face in the gaps, he ate the entire face of Chucky out. So I had to carve that thing a second time. I could not feel my right hand at the end of the day.
Oh, no. I was about to ask, what did the pets do to it?
Yeah, I ate the entire face out of it. Troy, also very big on Halloween, does all the haunt stuff and in years past and all kinds of stuff. How was your Halloween there, Troy?
Unfortunately, I had to work on Halloween, so that was an interesting night. It's always weird stuff on Halloween night, so...
Yeah, are we allowed to tell people what you do so that they understand what you mean by weird?
Yeah, sorry. I'm a 911 dispatcher.
Yeah, buddy. Halloween.
Yeah, so you can imagine the kind of calls we get on Halloween night.
911, what can I do for you tonight? Happy Halloween. Yeah. Well, Troy, we wanted to ask you, I tried to hit you up for a little quote before the show last week as news broke, because I knew some people were going to wonder your thoughts. So we're going to start with a little bit of an update, and not a whole lot of new info, but a few speculative pieces on the whole New World, Amazon games, getting out of basically gaming as far as big AAA MMO development, and then shutting down 2 studios here and immediately announcing that New World was going into maintenance mode. Troy, out of everybody on Ready Check Radio, you are the biggest New World fan. I've appreciated certain aspects of the game, but I've always felt that it lacked any real focus on hitting a particular audience. You've been in and out of it every single time there was an update. How did you take the news last week?
It was pretty shocking. At the end of the day, if you look back over the history of the game, there were times when you could see Amazon pulling the plug, right? Like, okay, we're done with this. This time was it was just really weird timing. It's like they waited to gut as many people as possible. This was probably the best update they've done. My phone's ringing. My wife. It was probably the best update they've done. It brought back the most people they've probably brought back in a single update. There were probably more people playing than's played in years, and that's the time they decided to pull the plug on the game. So they just gutted as many people as they possibly could. They couldn't do it during one of the lulls, during one of the downtimes, during all the buggy times. They had to wait for some of the best content they've ever released, if not the best content probably that they've ever released, to decide that this was the time to do it. You could tell it came from executives way up top and not the game studio itself. Didn't even give it a free-to-play shot. Try to remove the box cost. I guess the writing was probably on the wall when they released this update for free, because it was a huge update. And for the longevity of the game, for the sustainability of the game, I was surprised. I was like, why is this not a paid content update? This is bigger than Elysian Wilds was. It's better content than Elysian Wilds was. There's more quests than Elysian Wilds had. And I guess now at the end of the day, we know all the whys to those things.
Yeah, it's definitely, and we've talked often on other podcasts and on this show about, despite how well or not well New World may have been doing at any given point in time, it is not one of those MMOs that I would ever put up there as a failure. Like, it just isn't. You may not like it, and that's totally fine, right? You may not like that it caters to PvP in this way, and that's not the way you like, or it doesn't do enough on the PvE front, or in my case, it just felt like a general lack of overall direction on what type of MMO it wanted to be. Those are all subjective things, and that's totally fine. But I've never looked at New World as a failure. I've often speculated that Amazon, the higher-ups, this is not on the team behind the game. I feel like they've been nothing but passionate, always trying to make things better to the best of their ability within the confines and the rules that they may or may not have been given by their executive overlords. But I've always felt that just from a top-down, Amazon did not want to prove that it could make a good game. Amazon Games wanted to take over a big portion of the gaming space, and just every project up to New World didn't do it immediately, and so immediately got the axe. New World got the longest chance, if you want to say that, but I don't think it's ever performed the way Amazon Games wanted it. And Elliot over at Massively OP, Dom, a friend of ours, we've been on different things with him over the years, always very opinionated. I love how Elliot's always very opinionated. Sometimes I agree with him, sometimes I don't. And we've debated things on various podcasts through the years too. But he wrote a whole piece on, don't expect this to be sold off to somebody. Don't, because there's speculation that maybe they could do that, right? Make a little bit of money and give the game to somebody else. No, that's Elliot speculates that's never going to happen, and I tend to agree with his assessment there. But also points out the same type of thing. Amazon wanted to hit the gaming, not just become a part of the gaming market, but to hit that gaming market, hit it in a big way, and just use their money to blast them into this very lucrative market. And it never panned out that way. And New World was unfortunately doomed because it didn't do that. Having 1 million players on day one was fantastic, but having 4,000 to 5,000 per month now, and then getting an update to push you to 50 or 60 on Steam, 50 or 60,000 on Steam, those aren't the numbers the executives ever wanted. And to your point, Troy, I think it is highly unfortunate that this was going on in the background while they were working on this update. I don't know how much the teams actually knew, but while they were working on this update, while they were marketing it, and I'll give Amazon credit, on the marketing front, they never skimped. I always saw New World ads everywhere. So it's just unfortunate seeing it happen, knowing that they put out this update that's very well received, and while it was going on, these decisions were coming down the pike, and they knew it, Dom.
Yeah, it's so sad. Like I can't even imagine what that would be like working on a passion project, knowing it's about to get ripped out from under you. Like it's not even make or break; it's already broken. You know, I don't.
And Troy Elliott points out in his article, they didn't have to kill it. They absolutely did not have to. They certainly could sell it off to somebody who's going to keep it going, but they could just make it free to play. And hey, it's going to maintenance mode. We're not going to have any updates, but it's going to be free to play with the cash shop. Do what you want with it, and we'll keep the servers running as long as it's profitable. Like, it did not have to die. It's not a terribly received MMO where it's just the logical conclusion is to shut it down. This is an intentional decision on Amazon Games' part to not let this thing continue.
Yeah, and as far as the resale thing, I think there's a lot of reasons why it won't get sold. I think one of them that keeps popping into my mind is actually the Lumberyard engine itself. I don't think anybody wants to deal with the Lumberyard engine. From my understanding, from people behind the scenes, the people who were working on it didn't want to work on the Lumberyard engine, much less other folks who aren't as familiar with it. So, even then, best case scenario, what happens? Freaking Gamigo gets it, and it's still in maintenance mode, and nothing ever happens with it for years and years and years. I mean, that's probably best case scenario anyway. So, let it die its death, I guess, as much as I hate to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to quote Elliot here to see what both of you think of this. He says, Amazon, talking about Amazon could absolutely sell it off, but the corporate side of them, they just want to bury this game and forget it existed. And he says, if I have a hope for this game, it's for people to not let Amazon do that. It's for people to remember that even if you didn't like the game, and I sure didn't, that's Elliot speaking, it is not a game that was so hopelessly dire that it needed to die. If that were ever the basis, it would have shut down a couple of months after launch. We're talking about an end to development when the game was experiencing an uptick in interest, when corporate looked at its odds of ever becoming the biggest title on the block and decided, nah, let's pretend we never knew about it at all. And I don't always agree with Elliot, but I think he's dead on here. He shares my exact sentiment on it, and that does suck. That I always looked at Amazon being in the game space as potentially a good thing, another big-time money competitor that had the funding to go and take some risks and do some interesting things. And I kind of was like, maybe they aren't actually going to consider any of that stuff when they just let Crucible die, right? They just killed it.
Yeah.
Baron Vagabond in chat brings up something I was going to talk about next here, Dom. Who's the recipient, right? You've got a few thousand people that like MMOs, enough to stick around with New World. And I think Baron's been right so far based on all the YouTube stuff I'm seeing and the numbers that I'm seeing, at least, the ones I can see via Steam and stuff like that. I think Guild Wars 2 is the most the biggest beneficiary of the New World situation, probably.
Yeah, it's definitely not WoW. WoW, like if you're gonna play New World, right, you would have been just playing WoW, right? You're looking for something that's not WoW.
Yeah.
So that's why you went to New World. So Guild Wars 2 is the next viable option that's not a Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft kind of franchise.
Yeah, their expansion.
Does anybody champion their does anybody champion their game more than Guild Wars 2 fans? Because I don't think so.
I don't know, man. Well, I would say before Dawn Trail, Final Fantasy 14. Dawn Trail has caused quite a bit of the fanfare on 14 to come down, even from rabid 14 fans like myself who are just like lukewarm on the expansion. But yeah, Guild Wars 2 is always Always, oh, you like cosmetics? We got that. You like World Quest? We got that. Dungeons? We didn't initially, but now we do, baby. Let's like, raids? They're back. Yeah, they're back. Come on in. So Guild Wars
Mounts,
2.
we got the best in the genre.
Yeah, and they really we have a dragon riding system that rocks so hard, Blizz stole it. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 definitely the beneficiary here. So let me ask you this. I've seen some really misleading headlines this past week. And so I linked you guys just a Reddit post instead. I was not about to give anybody some clicks on this one because I've seen headlines that were just as brazen as Amazon Games officially cancels Lord of the Rings MMO. They have not officially. Officially. We talked last week that they kept focusing on new in their statement, Dom, and that they were getting out of big game development, particularly MMOs. And so we speculated that, that probably means the Lord of the Rings MMO is canceled for a second time. Since that show, we have had an engineer, Ashley Amrine, over at Amazon Games, who was part of the layoff, say on LinkedIn, "This morning I was part of the layoffs at Amazon Games alongside my incredibly talented peers on New World and our fledgling Lord of the Rings game. Y'all would have loved it." Okay. So okay, that seems to also indicate somebody a little higher up working on the game says y'all would have loved it, as if they know it's not going to come out now. And it may not. I think it's canceled too. I just hesitate to put the word official on there, Troy, when this is somebody from the development, the engineering team saying y'all would have loved it. And I just don't know how many of your engineers are in on those final decisions. They may absolutely be true and right, and maybe they do know. But I don't think it's enough to say that Amazon has officially canceled it until Amazon Games comes out and says, "We have canceled it. Stop asking. We thought we were direct enough in our statements, but if you need a direct statement, it's dead." Until they do that, I don't think you can say it's officially canceled. But likelihood of it ever becoming a thing, Troy, 1 to 10, what do you think?
0.
Yeah.
0.
You heard it here first. It's officially canceled.
Yeah,
Officially.
They said they were done with MMOs. Now, what their license entails, we don't know. Could they do something else with the IP, given whatever type of license they have for it? Possibly. Could they produce some of that AI slop Lord of the Rings stuff? Yes, they could.
Oh, and they will. I mean, they're already like advertising virtual AI Snoop Dogg mobile
Snoop
stuff.
Dogg.
Yeah.
I
mean,
oh my God.
this is where all that sweet Amazon gaming money is going to be going from now on, is into that type of stuff. So you heard it here, officially canceled. Yeah. So I don't often get to say this. In fact, I don't think I've ever said this. Amazon Games just killed an MMO for the second time. The same MMO.
Might as well bring it back one more time.
Yeah, this is the second time they have canceled a Lord of the Rings MMO.
Third time's the charm, right?
Third time's the charm. We'll see. Sad. And again, we hope everybody from Amazon Games lands on their feet as soon as possible. Also this week, we've got Nintendo fighting it out in court on a number of fronts. We're going to talk about an update to their Palworld lawsuit in a minute here. But we've been talking about, Nintendo just aggressively going after pirating and emulation and all of that fun stuff to the tune of Yuzu disappearing and having cease and desist and stuff. Well, since late last year, November of 2024, Nintendo has been getting poked a little bit by a streamer named Jeffrey Keegan. You may know them as Every Game Guru. They've been in a bit of a legal battle with Nintendo for streaming pirated material, like flat out streaming pirated material, and taunting Nintendo throughout the entire thing, saying that they could do this all day. And at one point was making a ton of just very interesting statements like I have thousands of burner channels, like just literally taunting the bear. Well, Nintendo has won in court, even though Jesse did everything they could to dodge actually being serviced and served papers and actually show up in court. So, yeah, a Colorado federal judge has ordered Keegan to pay Nintendo $17,500 in damages. And this wasn't about just streaming itself, but like Keegan was promoting emulators and pirated game keys and stuff like that. So there was a lot more than just, hey, they're streaming pirated games, but flat out ignored all the case proceeded without him and was a default judgment. So now remember, this is Nintendo, who is currently still in a lawsuit for $4.5 million with a Reddit mod. So this is a company that is just raking up some wins right now in court right now, Dom, even if they're not like the massive settlements and things like that.
Yeah, I'm just completely flabbergasted at the, like, reading the article, right? My favorite line in here was he said, he once stated he could do this all day. However, a final judge reported that he has proven that he could not, in fact, do so. That line right there, but yeah, it's just like it's not only is he streaming this early, he's streaming pirated games. He's streaming them early before they actually come out.
Yeah,
games like what was it, Pikmin 4, Mario Brothership. Not that anything would have saved that game anyway, but like, it's just it's and the fact that, like you mentioned, that he was doing promoting piracy and all that stuff. That I think is what got them. I don't think they would have had a case for him streaming the games early or whatever, because most people stream games, right? Like, what are they going to do? It was the fact that they were pirated games and that he's promoting them and that he's taunting them, and it's just like, yeah, they got him.
Well,
they got him right where they wanted.
Nintendo doesn't like it when you stream legally acquired games.
This is true.
I'll tell you
what.
You
remember that whole fiasco with their YouTube partnership program?
Yeah, every time we do a show where we review the Nintendo Direct and I B-roll their trailers in a quarter pane on the screen, those uploads to YouTube get flagged. They get claimed.
Yeah.
I don't use any of the audio. This is clearly fair use. We're reporting on the Nintendo Direct and chiming in with our opinions. We're not using any audio from it. It's not even a full-size screen of the B-roll where I'm showing just the trailer, but every single one. Boop.
Speaking of Nintendo, would you believe that I 100% Mario Kart World? I'm a chunk of the way through Donkey Kong Bonanza. I still haven't touched Mario Rabbids 2.
I would absolutely believe that.
I was gonna say, you're not surprising anybody at this point.
One of my favorite posts from Keegan's social media, by the way, Troy, was, and this is to Nintendo, right? You might run a corporation. I run the streets. Love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, apparently didn't run the courtroom, but runs the streets.
Yeah. You can hit the streets to make that money.
You know, and we're seeing
he could not, in fact, do so.
Yeah, it's. Here's the thing, though. Like, I don't even fault. I don't fault people for pirating that much anymore. Like the industry has just become so you don't own it. And I know the meme, right? If you don't buying a game means you don't own it, then pirating can't be theft. Yeah, it's a funny and a cute meme, but the reason it's funny and cute is because there's an element of truth to it, Troy.
Yeah.
That like, if I don't own it, how the hell was I able to steal it?
Yeah.
That's all Troy got. Just a yeah. I put the camera on him because I thought he had more, and he was like,
"Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. I can't fault you. Like, am I advocating piracy? No. But you know, you do you, boo. Like, you do you. Legion Remix Phase 3 today. Can't wait till after the show. New raid, new dungeon, Broken Isle content. We can finally get the last 4 of the infinite knowledge that will be available for the entire event, and all the other infinite knowledge will convert over to bronze. All kinds of new achievements. Yeah, exactly. I'm not advocating piracy, but
So where did you land up on completionism with your Legion quest?
93 before this one spot this phase opened up today, it was 97%. The only
I was
ones
also there.
Yeah, the only ones I didn't have were a couple of classes. I think like 4 classes hit 80 I still have to do. And you put the finite in infinite achievement for running a 49 mythic. I haven't done that.
I did get that one.
Yeah.
I got that one. There's one, the bringing order to the Isle. So I don't think that's actually in the game.
Yeah, it's not there yet. Yeah.
Okay, but I ran the raid before.
Yeah, I didn't count.
Yeah, I ran the raid just before this podcast. So I'm at 95% of current with the patch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm going to run the raid and the dungeon today because each of those are worth 1, right? The heroic and the dungeon and the mythic raid. But I started before the show the campaign because that's 1 too, and there's quests in there to run the raid and the dungeon. So I was like, we'll go far enough in those to pick both of those up. 2 birds, 1 stone. I mean, I'll tell you what. And Troy, we've talked an awful lot about like in-game events. And how they just like they may be neat the first time. I don't think I have ever enjoyed an event, and I know this is to call it an event is kind of silly, right? Because it's like a 2-month to 3-month long thing. I don't think I've ever enjoyed an MMO event the way I'm enjoying Legion Remix and looking forward to the next Remix event. I've tried to get Troy to play.
Yeah, yeah, he has. I got a friend and his brother. His brother is getting back into WoW with his son, and so my friend is messaged me. I think I mentioned this on the show a few weeks back, trying to get me to jump back into WoW. But he's in the middle of moving right now from Dallas to Atlanta, so he's not actually playing right now. So WoW may be on my horizon, but I think it's just going to be retail WoW. I don't know.
Remix is part of it. You're good. You're good.
Looks cool. So
the reason
is
you
it part
should
of retail.
Yeah, it is. So if you're gonna play retail, what I would actually do is I would go to Remix first, and I would roll your character because you will get it to 80 in a heartbeat, even if it's your first Remix character. You'll have it to 80 in just a couple of days, if that. And that's not even with like hardcore playing, but because things are amped up there, you will level it fast. And then at any point, you can drop that character out of the time running for Remix, and it'll be a level 80 character that you can use in just regular retail WoW, and it'll have a base gear set and everything. Or you could just let it sit there and Remix until the end of the event, and all of the 80s that you level up become main characters in retail. So it's a nice way to cheat leveling some characters if you're looking at coming back, and it's absolutely faster and it's more fun. The power fantasy is fun. What I'm finding, Dom, that to be the most fun, and Havoc and I were doing this the other day, we were just 2-manning mythics and just pushing a key as far as we could in a duo, just seeing like how far we could take this. And so we're like,
how far did you guys get?
Where I think before the reset, we got it to, I think, 32. And it wasn't because we couldn't do it anymore. It was because we were just out of time. Like, we both wanted to do other things. So it was like, okay, I'm done doing this for right now. But I'm having a lot of fun with, like, the ultimate power fantasy, but then still having limits tested. Not so much in that, can we beat this boss? If we have 25 minutes, we can absolutely beat this boss. But how can we beat it with the 9 minutes that we have left? Or how can we get around this mechanic that was originally built for at least 3 party members to deal with, right? Or if I'm soloing something, Arcway is one of these examples. There's a boss in Arcway that has an ability in a circular room that one person gets picked up and held, and the other people have to down a crystal to free them before this big ability goes off. And I can't deal damage when I'm the one that's grabbed, so I can't kill the crystal. So it was like, how do I do this? And I ended up line of sighting it in a circular room, like against a pillar in the wall. We had Havoc and I were doing Lower Kara, and I think it was like 28 or may have been a 30. And this was a week or so ago. So we were substantially less powerful than we are now. And so we do Opera. We go ahead and we do Ataman, the Huntsman, and we do Morose. And the way we cleared it, we came out of Opera and just jumped over into the dining room for Morose. And so we had left like 90% of the mobs on the second floor balcony there, knowing we're going to have to clear a couple of those pats on our way to, oh shit, what is her name? Maiden, yeah, thank you. On our way to Maiden. And we had some, I can't even remember what it was, but we had some terrible snag. Ataman ran long. It was a long fight because it was just the two of us and we pulled the entire room. It was just go engage the boss and let all the mobs come down to us. That way we'll get enemy forces and the boss, but it'll be a 10-minute fight. And we're trying to book it because we're running low on time to Maiden, and we die in Maiden. And so we respawn, we get up to the balcony, and we're like, oh shit. We have like 2 minutes left now, but we haven't cleared that whole balcony. So we have to actually jump down into Morose's room, run around, and come back up. It killed like 30 seconds. We get to Maiden, and there's like a minute and a half left. And we're like, there is no way we're doing this. And I'm just calmly like calling it out because we have essentials off, so we can't see some certain abilities. We were being a little dumb. So it was like, all right, Havoc, fire this. Let me know when it expires. I'll fire this. We're both tanks. Like, neither one of us is deeps. We're both tanks. And so you fire it. Let me know when it's done. I'll fire. Bang, bang, bang. And we're just fighting, and I'm like, 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 5 seconds. She dies, and my Deadly Boss mods pops up because I couldn't look at the clock, and it says cleared, 4 seconds left. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it was so intense for a game that is just like a power fantasy. But yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it.
I will say Maiden in the new raid on Mythic, if you don't do the bomb mechanic, you're wiping the raid. It's surprisingly, you're wiping the raid.
Yeah. The WoW non-add-on policy stuff working out. Well, I mean, that's not implemented yet. That comes with
December.
Midnight, the Midnight pre-patch stuff, which... Again, new dates still seem to indicate that the pre-patch sequence will start in February and then launch in the first week of first week of March, sorry. So everybody's data mining seems to indicate a midnight launch at the end of February or the beginning of March still. So no dice there, but we will let you know how that one plays out. Here's the thing. Did you guys watch Belluar's video, Troy, that I sent you?
No, I didn't have time to watch it.
So he put up, and he's not the only one, but a number of people have put up videos talking about WoW's subscriber count, something that they basically stopped revealing multiple expansions ago when things started going down, when the numbers started going down pretty substantially. However, that is not the trailer I wanted to show you. Oh, that's because I didn't load this one. That's right. I was worried about copyright since it was music related. There was a video advertising the Blizzard World of Warcraft orchestral concert stuff. And in there, it flashed briefly on the screen in French to rejoin over 9 million players. Now, here's the thing, Dom. A lot of people are indicating that that is probably subscriptions right now, not counting China, which is kind of its own beast, and they've got millions in China already. So combined with retail, classic, Seasons of Discovery in the past, hardcore, the Legion remix, like all of that being under your one sub, I don't know. it would seem weird to use the number 9 million if you were trying to use that placeholder. Like Final Fantasy is like always like, oh, come, all MMOs do this. Come join over 300 million adventurers, and they're talking about accounts that were created ever, including trial accounts. Well, 9 million is a small number when you talk about those numbers. So could it be anything but the current subscriber base?
No, it has to be. It has to be, and I would assume it's going to be, like you said, subscription wide. So that is like including the people that are only playing Classic. But yeah, I'd say probably, if I had to guess, 7 million of those has got to be retail.
Is that, if you think that that's their subscriber number, and again, we're not counting China because that's its own separate beast usually in almost all reporting, and there are millions, particularly because it wasn't available there for a number of years and then came back. Troy, is 9 million a good number for World of Warcraft right now? Is that higher than you expected? Is it lower than you expected? Obviously, we look back at like the Wrath of the Lich King era where we hit 12 million subscribers and things like that, and then it kind of started going down from there. Would you be surprised if Blizzard said, yeah, we have 9 million active subscribers right now? And if you would be surprised, in which direction?
I actually am surprised if that's the number. That's higher than I think it would be right now. I think World Warcraft, it definitely had its heyday for sure, where it was the king of all MMOs. That number is a little surprising to me if that's the actual number, because I didn't think it was going to be anywhere near that. I thought they would probably be around the 6 million mark, somewhere like that, even with hardcore and all that. They're in between expansions right now. They're getting ready for a new expansion drop, which always builds a little bit of hype. But they've got all these other alternate game modes and stuff that's probably keeps as many people in as any other MMO out there right now. But to me, 9 million, I was a little skeptical when you said that. I was like, that just seems high to me.
Right, but what else could it be, right? Like they certainly have way more than 9 million accounts, right? For the 20 plus years.
The accounts would be in the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Well, we know that there were 12 million during Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
Right. So it can't be accounts of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then what is that number? Is it, is it subs plus people that are actively playing on a free trial? I don't think it's not like Final Fantasy where they have a terribly good free trial. Right, Final Fantasy gives you the base game and 2 expansions and all the way to whatever level 70 it is these days, and that's all free. So you could literally play for free for hundreds of hours in Final Fantasy 14. Lou, my brother, who's kind of the reason that I even got back into World of Warcraft, although I was kind of due for my usual tour back into it. He started playing in a trial and was at the trial cap within like 4 hours and was like, oh, I guess I have to sub now. Like, it's not like you stick around in the free trial for all that long in World of Warcraft. So
I was going to say, is it still to level 20?
Yeah, so it's like, that has to be subs, right? Rejoin 9 million
20,
players.
But Remix, you start at level 10. So
halfway to cap. Halfway to cap. I don't know. Dom, what did you think? Were you surprised by the number? Were you surprised that it was that high? Were you surprised that it was that low?
To be honest, I haven't really been paying attention to the numbers and everything. So if you had to ask me, I would have thought it was a lot lower. Just because, like Troy said, we are at the end of an expansion. Like we're season 3, whatever. But then at the same time, you look at it this is like, I want to say Metzen's like magnum opus, like I'm not saying he's done for sure, but this is like this big thing that they're advertising as Chris Metzen's back for this trilogy and, all this stuff. And I think that alone pulled a lot of players back in that otherwise may never have come back. So
I would have been shocked if you.
Pretty accurate.
I think I would have been shocked if you just said, "Hey, WoW has 9 million subscribers," and I would have been like, "Wow, still, really?" But then I think when you take that step back and you go, "Well, yeah, it's the $15 a month for retail, and classic, and hardcore, and Legion Remix, and it was Seasons of Discovery." There were like all of these different game modes, and kind of start going, Well, yeah, maybe, because the people that like the hardcore servers and were playing on pirated servers or private servers, a lot of them are now paying a sub where previously they weren't. That may be the only game mode they play, but they're still paying that $15, right? People that wanted to pre-order Midnight so that they could get early alpha and beta access and check out housing because that's their thing and WoW never had it. Okay, they're paying a sub too. I'm not saying it is the sub number. I just don't know what the hell else it could be in the placement of that trailer if it wasn't. No other explanation for that number makes sense for the number being not hundreds of millions or 3 or 4 million. But honestly, if I think about it, I think, you know what? I would buy that there's probably 9 million people worldwide subbed to it, not counting China. Or maybe they are counting China, and that's what it is, right? Maybe there are 6 million everywhere else, and there's 3 million in China. Like, there's a lot of fucking people in China, and a lot of them...
I would have guessed 6 million personally, so maybe.
Yeah, so you don't usually report China when you're reporting those types of things, but if you want a bigger number, then maybe you do just add it in for a little splash screen in a music trailer. So let us know what you think. Does World of Warcraft have 9 million subscribers-ish right now? And if you don't think they do, what could that number be, or how are they arriving at that total? And does 9 million surprise you? Let us know in the comments below. Let's head over to some miscellaneous news. I'm going to go Troy on this one because I think you're the most likely. Have you played or tried Arc Raiders? Because it's kind of taking over the internet by storm for the last week or so.
Unfortunately, no, I have not. It is on my list to get to. I was enjoying the New World expansion. Is what I was
Rip.
doing. So I suddenly find myself with free time to get into something like Arc Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, this is right up your alley, right? I mean, you're not a huge shooter guy, but you do like the extraction stuff from time to time. And in a release window that is battling against Battlefield and Call of Duty, it is really, really holding its own right now. Despite that type of competition. Currently, Dom, there are just shy of 300,000 people in game on Steam right now. Just shy of 300,000 people. And if you look at the Steam reviews, we've got 42,000 reviews plus in all languages, 29,000 in English reviews, and both scores come in on Steam as very positive. Like, I don't know the last time I saw a shooter do that of any type, whether it was a battle royale, an extraction shooter, a hero-based shooter. It's killing it. It's killing it.
Yeah. It's not really for me. I don't like the futuristic kind of game, so to speak, but
really, why not?
I like stuff that's more grounded in like a reality or a reality adjacent. Like, my favorite extraction shooter is Hunt Showdown. Yeah. It's in a reality adjacent, 1800s Louisiana bayou setting of like a post-apocalyptic zombie world. That, to me, that's more appealing to me. This isn't, and this game has slightly irritated me this week alone for one reason and only one reason is Hunt Showdown is doing a drops campaign on Twitch right now. I have to watch it, and all of my drops, the streamers that I watch play Hunt, they'll play like an hour or two of Hunt, and then they'll switch over to Arc Raiders, and I have walked away from my computer missing my Twitch drops. So I'm aggravated. That's the only reason I'm mad at you, Arc Raiders. That's it. No other reason. Your game is probably great. It's just not for me, but you're irritating me. Give me my Twitch drops.
What he doesn't know, Troy, is he's probably earned 40 Arc Raiders drops.
I've earned all the Arc Raiders drops. All of them. I have every single one, but I don't own the game.
$40 on Steam. Deluxe edition is $60. You can also upgrade later if you just want to pay the $40 and then go ahead and pay $20 later to upgrade at a later time. The only thing you're getting in the deluxe edition is cosmetic stuff, right? There's nothing else. The base game is the base game. You're getting some backpacks and some Pathfinder backpack, an outfit, attachments, cosmetics, fire emotes, some raider tokens for the cash shop store, things like that. So
that's the way you got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, I mean, IGN was not very. I don't know if you saw this, Troy, because I know you've been watching this. We reported on this on MMO Bomb back in the day, like 2 years ago when it was first announced, because it was an extraction shooter, and we're like, it's going to be free to play, and then they were like, no, it's not. And we were like, okay, cool, we're not covering you anymore, I guess. But yeah, so it's kind of a risky endeavor, right? An extraction shooter with a price tag on it, launching in the Battlefield Call of Duty window. Like, could you have put more things together that says this will fail, Troy, and then have it come blasting out like this despite IGN's early review thoughts? They haven't published their full review to my knowledge yet, being just kind of like, it's okay. They're getting blasted for that right now, by the way.
Oh, imagine that, IGN missing the mark on the review.
What is it?
That's a whole nother conversation.
You can't spell ignorant without IGN. But Troy, like, if you would have told me all this, I would have said, wow, you're really setting this thing up for failure. I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
We've seen that window, especially with the Battlefield Call of Duty thing, just kill good games before. Titanfall 2.
It killed Titanfall 2.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Got decimated by releasing in that window, and that's a good game. So, you would have thought, when we're going to move this around, we're not going to launch in this window, but I guess when you're confident in what you got, you just go with it.
If you're playing it, let us know. I know Lou, my brother, is thinking about picking it up. Asked me about it the other day. He was like, what the hell is this? And I was like, not for me is what it is, but it might absolutely be for you. Yeah. Good job. Congrats. Keep it up. Hey, do you guys remember a few years ago we talked about the Olympic Committee and Saudi Arabia agreeing to like some absurd 12-year deal for the Olympic esports games, Dom?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yeah, and we talked about like, is this really Saudi Arabia? Obviously getting very involved in gaming, financing at the time, trying to diversify away from fossil fuels and things like that. And just recently, as part of their investment fund, is part of the buying group for EA. And so this was kind of like a coup, right? They were going to hold the esports Olympics there. Yeah, we were kind of right on this one. This fell apart this week. The headline from Video Game Chronicle reads, Olympics ends esports plans with Saudi Arabia after just 1 year. The sub-headline is where I think it's a little more interesting. The IOC, the International Olympic Committee, says it decided to end an announced partnership with Saudi Arabia following a review. I'm just going to put it out there, Troy, that maybe you do the fucking review before you sign the partnership. They announced a 12-year partnership. And then we're like, wait, maybe not. Now, it's all very vague. They just kind of say both parties are committed to pursuing their own esports ambitions on separate paths. This approach will be better for both in the long-term health. So they don't like come out and blast anybody outright. But yeah, I mean, is anybody surprised by this, Troy? Like anybody?
No, because they had a 12-year deal, right? They were going to do esports for 12 years. If they were going to do that, they should have done that 12 years ago when esports was actually hot and people cared about esports.
Boy, you are just a grumpy old man now that you have a 3D printer, huh? Get off my printing lawn.
I printed a big fancy dragon the other night.
Did you? Can you show us? Is it close enough that you can grab it?
No, it's in the other side of the house.
It's actually out back. It's so big.
It's in the backyard.
It's like I printed it in 247 pieces.
And I mounted on my house.
Right?
It lives on the roof and it's just like
his wife comes home and he's on a fucking scissor lift.
Mounting a massive dragon.
Putting pieces.
Shoots real fire out of its mouth.
Oh my god, that's so cool. That's so cool.
You remember the dragon that they had at the Excalibur in Vegas?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That thing's still under the moat. If you look it up, some guy like jumped down into the moat and like explored under the thing. The whole video. It's crazy.
All right, your random Las Vegas fact.
I was just there, so I was looking up stuff.
Hey, I derail the show more than anybody else. You're allowed to derail this. I don't care. I don't care. I do want to show you guys this. This is, I'm not big on it. Well, before I show this picture, do you guys buy like game specific things like consoles or controllers or, peripherals, stuff like a mouse and a keyboard that's themed after New World? I'm sorry, Troy. You totally would have bought it. But like, do you guys get into that stuff?
It really has to depend for me, right? Number one, it depends on, do I already own the original, right?
Right.
And if that is no, and there is something that I'm interested in, more than likely, yes. We'll take the Wii U, for example. I didn't own a Wii U. The Legend of Zelda one came out. I bought the Legend of Zelda Wii U. That was a no-brainer for me. I love Zelda. So, like, yes, in that regard. But I didn't buy like the Pro controllers and all that for Switch that the Zelda themes. Like, I didn't do all that because I had one. If I didn't own one, yeah, I probably would have.
So for you, like, if it was a branded controller, it would be like you would have to be out needing a controller and happen to see the Zelda one, and you'd be like, well, sure, why not?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Like you're not going after these. What about you, Troy? I mean, we own tons of branded video game stuff, but peripherals.
Yeah. As far as peripherals themselves, I don't think I've ever bought anything that I can think of that was like specifically game related, not intentionally anyway.
Like your gaming chair, your mouse, your keyboard, none of that stuff's branded, Guild Wars 2 or anything? Lotro?
No.
Troy, I tried to get Troy.
I don't think Lotro's big enough to have branded stuff.
You can print some shit. So
There you go.
I tried to get Troy into Legion Remix this week, Dom, and Troy tried to get me into Lotro.
I see a stalemate.
Yeah, we seemed to be at an impasse. I'm not really either. I think the only branded console or thing that I bought, like I've received a few from companies that, to either review or just like as a, hey, we have a partnership and Merry Christmas type stuff. Like I got an odd Warframe shit here and there. I bought the Uncharted PlayStation 4 way back when. But it's similar to you, Dom. I was buying a second PlayStation 4 like 2 years after PlayStation 4 had come out for the theater room so that I didn't have to move them back and forth anymore. And sure, I'll grab the Uncharted one because it comes with a game or something like that. I think I may have found the first branded controller thing that I may consider buying, and Troy, stop rolling your eyes. Look at this bad boy for the Switch 2. This is the Resident Evil Requiem Switch 2 Pro controller. I just think it's like super subtle and very cool. Like, I don't want don't give me a damn zombie spraying blood all over the thing. Like, not that that's not great art and I'm not in favor of it, but like this is just like such a subtle thing where it's Resident Evil and it's the newspaper. And it has Raccoon Police Department. I love how subtle it is. I don't know why, but I love it.
It's not Resident Evil. It's Resideville.
It's Resideville because they had to get that Switch logo in there. They got to get that Switch 2 logo in there. So this comes as a reveal for also the deluxe edition and the amiibo. And all kinds of other stuff for Resident Evil Requiem when it comes out in February. As far as the game itself, there will be a standard edition and the deluxe edition. The deluxe edition gives you the base game, an exclusive pack of 5 costumes, including Grace's Lady Dimitrescu costume. because sure, why not? 4 weapon skins, 2 screen filters, 2 weapon charms, and more. And then
Partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, they also revealed this controller. And then next summer, Grace Ashcroft will get her own amiibo. But we did not get to actually see what the amiibo looked like yet. So
Yeah, this is like crazy with Nintendo with the amiibos. Like there's so many amiibos coming out. It's actually insane. Like I had to pull back. I stopped. I stopped when the last Smash amiibo came out. I haven't bought a single amiibo since. But like they just released 2 for Mario. They have I think a Donkey Kong. There's like 4 Kirby ones coming out for Kirby Air Riders. Like they're insane amount of amiibos. And then I think they just announced that one of the new Zelda amiibos coming out has a crossover in Animal Crossing where you can bring that as a new villager, brand new villager, only if you have the amiibo. So it's like it seemed like Nintendo stopped supporting amiibos for the longest time. I thought they died, and then it's like a revitalization. Except now they're 3 times the price. So I have no.
I was going to say, you start talking about amiibos, and as a non-Nintendo owner, I thought that was like years ago.
Troy's like, didn't that die out with that Spyro shit going away?
Yeah, right.
Skylanders.
Hell yeah. I never got into amiibos only because I was like, yeah, I don't want hundreds of these sitting around my house in packaging, like, because I
have an entire spare room with hundreds of them all over that room.
Same reason I never got like heavy into Funko Pops or anything. Like I have probably 2 or 3 dozen Funkos on the wall here for the camera shot over at the table, but they're like all of my kids and everything. Like it's just like no, I got enough bullshit behind me, and I keep adding to it. I don't need that kind of stress. Got to get that Princess
I'm surprised
Peach
you
one.
with being you being like the console collector. I'm surprised you don't collect all the special edition consoles.
No, I can't do it. Can't justify it. I collect them because I want to be able to play the library. It's not because I have to have every single variant. Yeah.
You don't want the Hello Kitty Nintendo Switch?
I do have the Project Scorpion Xbox though. RuneScape has a survey going on right now. Well, I'm sorry. They're calling it a poll. Troy, I really love this. I kind of love this. So if you play RuneScape 3 in particular, or you have played in the past, you probably, it may be safe to say, that you are not a fan of the way the treasure hunter stuff has been going, right? You get some keys to open these chests by playing, but of course you can purchase keys via microtransactions. This was a version of the Squeal of Fortune from back in the day. And yeah, you can essentially use it to buy power and stuff. There's ways to speed up your leveling and power gains and all that kind of stuff in those chests. And so they have been a subject of controversy in this game for a long time. Well, back in July, they disabled the microtransactions for like a week. And then they put out a follow-up survey on how people felt about it. 65% of players said it was positive or neutral. And so Jagex put out a press release saying that this past week saying that they were launching a community vote to decide the future of RuneScape's microtransactions. They were letting the community decide via a poll. Turns out it's not much of a poll. They were looking for 100,000 people to say, do you want Treasure Hunter removed? Do you want the full removal of Treasure Hunter, the removal of 225 direct XP and skilling items from sale, and a couple of other smaller microtransaction changes? And in the post, there was just like 900 buttons where you could go vote yes. That was the only thing you could do, was go vote yes, Troy. So it seems like...
Yeah, it's not really a poll, is it?
I kind of dig it, though, right? That's a neat little way to, hey, we're going to let the player base give their opinion. We already kind of know what their opinion is going to be, but can we get enough of them to click a button to say it? And if they do, we'll take this shit out. it already achieved 100,000. It still has days left to go. So presumably Jagex will follow through and remove these things. But this is kind of the opposite of what you see going on in the industry these days.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to see them removing microtransactions and maybe listening to their community a little bit. But I mean, you look at things like RuneScape Classic that continue to do better business than their newest games, and there's reasons for that. And hopefully they're looking back now and they're wanting to maybe model after that a little more than what they're currently trying to do. Maybe free to play and microtransactioning people to death and nickel and diming everybody isn't the way to go. As much as the industry wants you to think that that's the way that it has to go, that's not where it has to go. You can sustain a game in other ways.
Yeah. They also commit to a year-long integrity roadmap, Dom, if this passes, where their promise is all of this removal, and it's not all microtransactions. There's a whole long list of the things that will be removed, but not everything is going away. But the treasure hunter mechanic will. A lot of the things deemed pay-to-win-ish by the game's audience will be those things. So it'll be more trimmed down on looking at the cosmetic side. But they also say this will all be done without impacting one of the biggest and most ambitious content roadmaps in RuneScape's history. If the vote passes, we'll announce this roadmap alongside our content roadmap in January's RuneScape Ahead. So I think I love this. I'm not going to play RuneScape 3, but I love it.
No. Yeah. No, it's great. It's crazy because like you expect microtransactions in a free-to-play game, and they're just like, no.
Yeah.
No, let's get rid of them.
Well, they're going to have them still, but they're
Sure,
taking the ones that people seem to be the most concerned with away.
Yeah,
I don't want to say they're removing all of them. They still have to finance the damn game.
Yeah, for sure. But it's just on any level, getting rid of microtransactions just seems like an odd choice. But
it's a really
getting them
cool
some
way to
publicity,
do it,
so
though.
sure.
Yeah, exactly.
for
Like
sure.
from a PR marketing, this was genius the way they did
It
this.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna vote yes on the poll.
Might as well. I gave you the link. You don't even have to fucking log in. Like, I could go vote now. I don't even know if I have a RuneScape 3 account. I probably do from my MMO bomb days, but look at that. I just voted. Oh, wait. It's asking if I'm a robot. Let me see. It's still asking if I'm a robot.
It wants me to log in.
Does it?
Wants me to log in.
Oh, you see, you do have to log in. Okay. Never mind. I tried to help you guys out, but you already met your goal anyway. Hey, Bloodhunt, the Vampire the Masquerade Battle Royale is closing down officially. I'm sure you're shocked by this, Troy. Shut up. Shut up. All right, fine. Go ahead. Say whatever you want to say. I saw your face.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
April 28th, 2026. It will close down, and that'll be the end of it. You won't be able to play it anymore. It'll be offline. You can't buy currency.
Feel my pain.
You can't
Are you gonna be there on server shutdown day?
I kind of was like, oh, that's a shame to see it shut down. Again, it's Battle Royale, so I've dabbled in it. But and then I was like, when I posted it to Q, because I didn't know if MMO Bomb had seen it, so I was like, hey, here's some free-to-play news if you need something. And I was like, oh, yeah, the last time we wrote about this was 2 years ago when it went into maintenance mode. I really can't bitch that you're closing it down now.
Yeah.
And the last bit here, the Game Awards date is set for December 11th. Nominees, of course, will come out shortly, I'm sure, and we'll review them on this show. But, Dom, I want to know your pick for Game of the Year, whether it gets nominated or not. Who do you think should take home Game of the Year from the Game Awards?
Who do you think? Who do I think should, or who do I think will? Those are two different questions.
Who do you think should? Well, give me both. I don't care.
I think Silksong will take it. I don't think they should take it. I don't get. You're gonna have to come back to me. Let me think for a second.
What do you got, Troy?
I personally think should take it.
I'll just tell you what the internet thinks. The internet, according to what I saw, was Expedition 33.
Yeah.
They were all over that game for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
People like threatening to riot if Expedition 33
Really?
does not get it. Yeah.
I want Expedition 33 to take it.
Nice.
Count me in that group, Troy. I am one of them. I mean, I I'm not going to throw a table or anything because it's video games and I'm a sane adult. But yeah, I really do want Expedition 33 to take it. Dom, you got all the time you needed. What is it?
I haven't played a whole lot of games this year. I don't know. Donkey Kong?
Sure,
It's
why
not a
not?
good answer. It's not a good answer.
Time for
I know it's not a good answer.
time for game. Episode of Gaming Gumbo. It's where all three of us are about to recommend a game. Could be a board game, card game, mobile game, video game, something we've played in the past or playing now or haven't played but think you should check out. And when you're commenting down below on YouTube or on ReadyCheckRadio.com about all your thoughts on today's topics, you let us know who gave the best recommendation and then give one yourself. Troy, you're up.
I don't know if I'm recommending this, but I'll just tell you what I'm playing. Neverwinter.
I didn't know if you were going to say it out loud. When you sent it to me in messages, I was like, you poor man. You poor man. Why are you playing Neverwinter?
My sad state of depression has taken me back to Neverwinter, and I'm having an okay time with it. I'm not having like
That sounds about right.
Yeah, like it's all right. I'm enjoying, getting into some of the way they've revamped the campaigns and the modules and things like that, and just kind of exploring around in it. Long term, I don't know that I'm going to stick around in it, but I do have like Astral Diamonds out the wazoo from back in the day, so I've been able to like get companions and power up my character through companions and mounts and stuff like that, and getting new gear. I'm on the gear grind a little bit, not like hardcore, but I don't know. It was time to check out something new. I'll tell you what I am fixing to get into is Visions of Eternity, Guild Wars 2. I don't have much of a choice.
Yeah, and I mean, I should toss in here too that like other MMO news that really wasn't like massive, but there was an update on Ghost Crawler's studio, Fantastic Pixel Castle, this week, which had previously announced that it lost its funding from NetEase and was looking for more funding. That studio is now officially going to close. So MMO Ghost will be on hiatus if it ever gets picked up again. Pantheon, however, apparently I read just before the show. I'll have to look at it and maybe we'll talk about it next week. Pantheon apparently just secured another big-time dose of funding. I don't know. I'm going to go look at it. So we'll keep that in our back pocket for next week. Dom, what are you recommending?
So I was really looking forward to a game coming out that was supposed to come out at the end of this year and got pushed back to March. So I've been playing the original, trying to hype myself up for the delay, to build something, whatever. Slay the Spire. Got to go back. I've been playing a lot of the mods. The one mod that I've been playing is what the hell is it called? Downfall, where you get to play as the bosses, and you play the Spire in reverse. It's kind of interesting. It's a fan expansion for Slay the Spire, but yeah, I've really been enjoying it.
I was going to do Expedition.
The Slay the Spire tabletop game is huge right now.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, they've got a big deck builder game that came out on Kickstarter, and it's gangbusters right now.
I was going to do Expedition 33 to go with my game of the year thing, but I actually started playing Silent Hill F, and I am on the side of really enjoying it so far. Yes, don't go into it expecting Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3, but I'm very much enjoying it. Now, if the story holds up, I'll let you know as I play through it, because that's kind of the clincher for me when it comes to Silent Hill is the story. So we'll see. But for now, I'll give it my recommendation. That's going to do it for this week's show. We'll be back next week with another episode of Gaming Gumbo. And, of course, this Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing the Relic Grind, where we talk about the live letter and everything coming in Final Fantasy XIV's December patch and all kinds of other Square Enix news. Until next time, Troy, where can everybody find you?
I guess Twitter for now.
Why
Food
not?
Fridge on Twitter. Well, because I don't really have like a social media home at the moment, so we're just promoting just random things.
Dom.
You can find me inside Legion Remix, where I will be living for the next couple months.
I'm Mike Byrne. You can find me right next to Dom or down there on Twitter at MagicMan1. But more importantly, follow at RC Radio, and you know every time we're going live with a podcast, stream, Final Fantasy Locals, and more. Stay safe. We'll see you on the servers.